Hello, everybody. How y'all doing today? I hope you're doing well. I'm definitely feeling a lot better. I'm working through all of those side effects from the albuterol. So, yeah, fortunately, the headaches that I was experiencing, like right in through here, those subsided pretty fast shortly after the video I recorded yesterday, thank goodness. But unfortunately, then I was starting with leg, foot, and toe cramps. And to tell you the truth, I completely forgot that that is something that I do deal with anytime I've taken steroids in the past. I didn't remember it until I was actually just getting out of the shower just now. It's one of the reasons why my hair is so wet. And I've actually done it nice today. So yeah, I was basically I just kept trying to. There's this one yoga stretch that I do where you're standing on your balls of your feet to. It helps build up your calf muscles. So I was doing those while holding on to something because I was still kind of shaky and so forth. My legs were very weak, also not just cramping up. I mean, they were like this. My toes, my feet, and my legs all were just like this most of the day, or most of the afternoon and into the night last night. Um, but did that, and also doing some stretches and also massaging my feet and my legs also, just to try and help keep that blood flow moving and so forth, and try and help minimize the cramping as much as possible. So, but and it did help and everything. And also, I made sure too that I drank my hot cocoa drink yesterday to help with that magnesium, get that going in there, and so on and so forth. So, yeah, it's been a challenge to say the least. But you live and learn. That's all you can do is keep trying. So. Um, uh, the doctor's office should be calling me back tomorrow, um, and we hopefully can maybe work something out. I don't know if maybe just doing a reduced amount, like I was talking about with that attaching that apparatus onto the inhaler. I don't know if maybe that might help to help minimize the side effects, or or maybe just cut it out completely. Um, I mean, I could try it, see if it helps, but if I have a reoccurrence, yeah. Um, what we can do after that, I'm not too sure. Oxygen, I don't know. I'm just not entirely too sure. I'm kind of up in the air with a lot of it. And if it wasn't for the reactions that I get to a lot of the aromas and so forth. I mean, I can be sitting at a traffic light, windows closed, air conditioning going, and if somebody's wearing like strong perfume, or they've been using a laundry detergent or fabric softener or something like that, vaping, smoking, it reacts on me. Even trying to go to the grocery store, if I have to walk by the laundry detergent aisle, it just reacts on me. So yeah, I'm not entirely too sure. I'm kind of at a loss with everything. So I know I have to keep going back, and and possibly find a solution. If not, then I might have to seek other financial means, because unfortunately that's kind of where I'm at right now. That's the way I'm looking at it. Um, at least I'm more open to it now. Um, if it winds up being that I have to go down the route of pursuing disability, so be it. Then that's the way it has to be. So, yeah. Uh, but anyway, yeah, one step at a time. That's kind of that's the way I've been taking things the whole time. Anyway, it's one step at a time. So anyway, yeah, I didn't go anywhere yesterday. I know I needed to go in and get some food, but I wound up ordering. I remembered, I don't know, If you are a Prime member, I remembered this. Oh, thank goodness. If you're a Prime member, you can get Grubhub for free. They do charge you an Amazon service fee, but it was only like a buck 25 or something like that. But at least I got free delivery. And of course, you tip out your driver and something. Yes, tip out your drivers, please. We're not making that much money off of any of this. Look at your receipts. Trust me. Look at your receipts. As far as that delivery fee is concerned, we're only getting a fraction of that. So if you're paying $4 for a delivery fee, we're lucky we were seeing $2. So would you want to spend, that whatever amount of time, say 30 minutes or whatever, for $2? Come on. Yeah, I realize, you all are paying all these fees and so forth, but come on. I know. And on top of it, it's all an election year, and I get it. But there, you got your butt chewing for the day. So, yeah, I'm just, yeah, that is that's what I wound up doing yesterday with getting at least a little bit of food in the house. I just ordered something, and also right now, with you basically I how I wound up, well, I remembered receiving a notification about it, but how I wound up finding the source is I just did a search in their search bar, Grubhub. I just started typing that in and it popped right up, and then I was able to click on the thing, or hit on it or whatever, and then go through the whole process and so forth. But also right now, through October 7th, I think it was. Yeah, October 7th. As long as you spend at least $15, it's like 15 plus dollars basically. And my order came up to like $15 and some odd cents. I was like, yay! You use a code Prime 10. Is Prime and the actual number 10, not spelled out. You get $10 off your order. So something to keep in mind. So yeah, basically, I was dying for a burger, but I wanted a bar type burger, not, like fast food kind of burger. I wanted a bar kind of burger, and some really good French fries. That's what I was really wanting yesterday. Probably the potato because of potassium, with what I was battling. So anyway, I wound up ordering from someplace, and the price that I would have paid, full price, if I would have actually gone to the restaurant and gotten it myself, that's how much I wound up paying. Because of course, doing it through delivery, they always charge more. So, but yeah, that wound up working out really, really good. So, and that was including the tip that I gave too. So, yay. Um, so yeah. Um, but yeah, that's what I wound up doing yesterday with everything. So anyway, yeah, those are some options that you can do and so forth. And that's kind of what's going on with me. I have been following, I know yesterday I mentioned there's this one account up on Instagram I follow, on my personal account. What's it called? Southern Reverie is the name of the account. And in their stories, they've been posting a lot of reels, some pictures, some announcements, and so forth, but a lot of reels in their stories about the devastation that's happening in eastern Tennessee and western North Carolina, especially around Asheville. Um, but I also seen they were also had a map showing all the power outages, and it's also of course affecting Western Virginia, and so forth. Fortunately, what I was talking about yesterday, if you didn't see yesterday's video, definitely go over there and watch that first. Um, but there's a dam, I think it's in Tennessee, if I remember correctly, that basically because of the flooding, the water rushing through the river, there was a dam that all of the water is cresting over the dam. But they did announce today that even though the water is cresting over the dam is fine. it's intact. So that's good news. Very, very good news. So as soon as everything can calm down and the water can recede and so forth, or flow out, basically go from the mountains out into, that's the thing too that people aren't realizing. It isn't just going to be affecting the western part of the state. It's going to be, because I remember there was a class I took um, when I was in community college before I just could figure out what it was that I wanted to actually study in full on university. I was taking general classes over at the community college, save on some money and so forth. And one of the classes I had taken was on geology. And our final project, we had to there was something, I don't remember exactly what it was about. I know I still have it. I know I saved it. But anyway, one of the things that I had learned that has kind of stuck with me is how the water actually flows. Um, and it starts off in the mountains and then that's and flows down into because my area that I was in was a lot of waterways, and it's basically you had like the Elizabeth River and the James River and so on and so forth. Well, where do those water sources start from? Basically, they start up in the mountains, and all that water flows down and goes out to sea. Okay, so yeah, that's something that's not going to be being discussed very much in the news either. Are the areas that are closer to the coast, even though they didn't get impacted by the hurricane directly, they're still going to get impacted by all that water that's going to be flowing down from out of the mountains. So they're going to have to be cautious as well. So all those coastal areas, especially people who are living right there close to the rivers and so forth. So yeah, it's gonna yeah. So when they're talking about that hurricane really devastating the South, yeah, she's devastating the South, and I'll tell you, it breaks my heart because I'll admit my heart will always belong to Dixie, always, no matter where I live. My heart, even though I was born in the North, spent my first years in the North, my influential years were in the South. I moved down south when I was 9. So, yeah, my heart will always belong to the South, especially North Carolina and Virginia, because that's where I spent the majority of my time. So it really breaks my heart to see all of that. It really, really does. So I keep doing everything I possibly can to send some positive energy their way and everything. Tell you the truth, I would really like to be able to move back at some point because I miss it in many, many ways. I miss home. But I know also, I think probably what I would do first though is to um, go there and see if it's still there or not, um, make sure it's not just nostalgia or whatever. But yeah, that's probably what I would do first, just to check things out and so forth. See him, because at the same point, I also recognize the fact that, you know, um, you can never go back home either. That old saying, yeah. Because let's face it, you grow, you change, and so forth. But in many ways, my heart does belong to the South. My heart belongs home. It's where I still call home, even though in many ways I do consider Vegas to be home. In many ways, my heart belongs out there as well. So it does break my heart to see all that devastation. So, but I did see last night too, um, that there's still cleanup efforts that are going on up there around the Reno area, from all those fires that they were battling. And I'm sure that they're still battling the cleanup down around LA with the fires down there. And of course, the um, other hurricane, I don't even remember the name of it now, Francine, I think it was, that hit the Gulf Coast a few weeks ago. Yeah, they're going to be cleaning up for quite a while as well, and it makes sense. Actually, if you think about it, that's something I've noticed with hurricanes. It's like you have the one that's kind of like the trailblazer, and then the rest of them follow. Yeah. So, um, but um, but yeah. it's gonna be it's a mess. But my heart goes to out to all those people. So anywho, send them some positivity. If you can't send anything monetarily, that was the thing too with that site, um, um, Southern Reverie, up there in their stories. Were listing sources, even local sources, not just like Salvation Army or what have you. They were also listing local sources like school districts and so forth, with where you can send monetary donations. It looks like I'll take care of that here in a little bit. Oops. Yeah, lost signal. It's okay. So, but yeah, if you can send some things. I did see that FEMA is already on the ground. That's good. That they were able to get that out there that fast. Um, I didn't see anything as far as National Guard or anything like that is concerned, but there are curfews definitely in place. I did see one video where this one poor lady, she's trapped completely. She owns a farm. She has some cattle and some cherry trees, and she's just completely trapped. A friend of hers was trying to get in to try and help her. It would normally be like 30 minutes, maybe an hour drive, depending on where they were from or whatever, to get in and road conditions or whatever. And she said it took, he spent 7 hours trying to find an access point and was never able to find one because of all the down trees and so forth. So, yeah, and I did see in Asheville, there's one grocery store that was open, Publix, so people can get fuel for their generators and so forth, and some supplies. But pretty much, they're pretty much trapped. So, and if you haven't seen any of that footage, I mean, there's tons of it out there from like drones and so forth. I mean, the arts district, the historic districts, all underwater. Seeing footage of a home that basically got pulled off of its foundation, is just floating down the river. Um, so yeah, it's bad news. So makes you be thankful for what it is that you have. Yeah, and do what you can to help people out. And if you can't send anything financially or clothing or food or anything like that, if you can't make any of those any sort of donations like that, at least send some positivity and protective energy their way. I did see that that there were some deaths from flooding, but they don't, of course, don't have any numbers in just yet. Just even counts as far as people missing. They're trying to get those tallies together even. So yeah, it's gonna be rough for a while for 'em. So anyway, I do appreciate positive energy that has been being sent my way, to help me with my healing process, and please shift it over to all those folks. Help them out, okay? So anywho, um, she's actually over there looking out the window right now. In case you're looking for her, I'll try and get some more video and or pictures or what have you to for her. All right. So I love you guys. I appreciate you all. All right. And I'll talk at you later. All right.